Why is the NSE moving so slowly? It's almost not moving, and if we look at the NSE 20 share index.
Yeah, really, very little movement, as you mentioned. I think there's really nothing to move it. We need some news to see it breaking through the 4,000 level barrier. Kenyan released results yesterday. I'm not sure whether that's going to be enough to see some movement, but I think on overall we need some positive sentiment in order to sort of break through that level.
The 4,000 mark was almost achievable last week. We were thinking maybe by this week we'd be at 4,000 for the 20 share index. Now it seems it might not be for the next few weeks.
Yeah, we've been seeing good interest from foreign investors.
Yes.
Local investors also are looking at equities quite keenly, but we're just not seeing the movement. So volumes are thin. Also that's probably also weighing down the market. Because we can't really know in terms of price discovery, what levels some of these counters should be trading at.
Let's move on to those Kenyan results you talked about. 11% up for the full year profits to 4 billion shillings. What did you read in those numbers?
Actually, they were quite good, and they were really building from the first half numbers. They've put in additional capacity, so a lot of that running through the full year. And also during the course of the year, they've also commissioned a number of projects. So I think it's all looking good for the electricity generator going forward. Obviously, from a capital expenditure point of view, they need to invest quite significantly over coming years. And we saw them increasing dividend only modestly, about 20%.
To 60 cents.
Yes.
The high interest rates appear to have served them very well. The interest income actually up to 952.6 million shillings. That's, I believe, a 73.4% increase.
Yeah, I mean, they've been trying to spend down a bit of the cash that they actually raised during their bond. I mean, it's been gradual. I think eventually they'll probably redeem those bonds and actually invest in some of the capacity plans that they're looking at.
The other interesting thing here, and which I need to talk about, is Safaricom. The front page of the Business Daily today has it all covered. The Communications Commission of Kenya is going to go ahead and reduce mobile termination rates. The interconnect fees that operators charge out, which very likely means that call rates for the ordinary consumer will come down. Safaricom has opposed this very strongly, but now we're started from the 2.21 shillings it's either going to be 1 shilling and 60 cents or 1 shilling and 44 cents. How badly should Safaricom be scared?
I think the issue of the tariffs, the interconnection tariffs coming down, it's probably going to happen. I think the concern for Safaricom especially has nothing to do with the absolute reduction of the termination rates,
yes,
but more to do with the reaction of competitors. We've seen from history, Airtel and U-Mobile in particular, they've been quick to actually reduce calling rates. We don't think that's going to happen at this time. I think the other players are going to take opportunity to actually become profitable. And if that's the case, I don't think Safaricom will have to worry too much. Obviously, they'll be losing some element of the interconnect revenue that they've been getting from the other players. But net, I think it won't be a bad thing.
Because the problem is here that Safaricom can't keep call rates at a certain level. Let's say 4 shillings when everybody else is charging 1 shilling. You have to go down to respond to the market, and therefore you risk affecting your bottom line and the 800,000 shareholders you have.
Yeah, certainly. But Safaricom has been very good at sort of moderating some of this. And in terms of price leadership, they've been able to sort of be able to charge a slightly higher premium than the rest of the market. And I think that's going to continue. I mean, otherwise, if they move down, we're probably going to see them ending in the same financial position that they are in at the moment. So they should take this opportunity to actually get profitable. Otherwise, the entire industry is going to face quite a significant challenge over coming years.
Let's move to the macroeconomic side of things. Inflation, a lot of a poll of Reuters analysts says inflation will likely fall for the 10th straight time. They're looking at about 5.40. If you're asked, would you be on the same page?
Yeah, I think we are looking at around those levels, and we think for the rest of the year we're going to see single-digit inflation, and at around those levels. Obviously, there's the base effect that's really feeding into these numbers.
Because of the lower food prices, retail fuel prices, we're waiting to see that. And overall, it doesn't look too bad, right?
Yes, certainly. I think the issue would be how can we sustain these levels? And there's all the likelihood that, we might see very low inflation this year, and then come next year, maybe, towards first quarter, second quarter of next year, start seeing it creeping up again. So I think the idea is to know how do we have some level of sustainable inflation rate.
And that leads to the shilling, which is taking a small beating right now, but this is typical end-month activity, nothing too serious. What are your long-term thoughts on the currency?
We've always thought the shilling should be trading at a weaker level, but it's actually shown surprisingly strong resilience, and we think that this could be continuing. We think any weakening will probably be gradual. But so far I think it's done pretty
When you mean say any weakening will be gradual, how gradual? Give me some numbers here to work with.
I think we'll probably be gravitating towards the 90 level,
right,
towards the end of this year.
90 is fairly steep considering we're at 85 right now, 84, 60, 70.
We have 3 months to go. I mean, obviously from a macro perspective, depends on a number of things playing out. FDI has been quite strong. We have some element of uncertainties with regards to the elections next year, especially with regards with who's running and so forth. So all these things could feed into the currency.